Alright, Shalom Israel, giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem El Shah, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. The honors to the elders of JMS who rule well, salutations to you, Akim out there, pushing his word and truth and sincerity. Now I'm just covering a video about Trump, President DJ Trump, or i.e. modern day Pharaoh, has threatened Harley Davidson over a European production move. Now, we know that Harley Davidson is like the standard American motorcycle brand. That's like all American production motorcycles, okay? That is like the indication of America. So now Donald Trump is threatening Harley Davidson with taxes. So I'm just going to read a little bit of this. It says, U.S. President Donald Trump threatened Harley Davidson Inc. with higher taxes on Tuesday and said that the motorcycle maker, which he previously held as a model of American manufacturing, would suffer from a public backlash if it went ahead with a plan to move production for European customers overseas. So now they finding it that Harley Davidson, well, the CEO of the company, riders, the people, the great brains, the brain thinkers, they come to the conclusion that American taxes are too high. So their best bet, especially during this climate of a trade war, is to move their production overseas to European customers. Okay, the production of European customers overseas, because it's cheaper and the taxes are less. Because America's in a bad situation because it's attacking all these nations with tariffs, which makes the taxes that Harley Davidson has to experience a lot higher. Therefore, they want to put their production overseas, which cripples America's economy, you see, because this is the only manufacturer that makes all American everything, okay? So it says Trump's attack, the latest in a series of criticism of U.S. companies, was about face for the president, who hosted company official and gleaming Harley Davidson bikes on the White House lawn shortly after their inauguration. A Harley Davidson, and this is in quotation, a Harley Davidson should never be built in another country, never. Their employees and customers are already very angry at them, Trump said on Twitter, without providing any evidence. If they move, watch, it will be the beginning of the end. If they move, watch, it will be the beginning of the end. They surrendered, they quit. The oil will be gone and they will be taxed like never before. So now Donald Trump is talking about taxing Harley Davidson even more. If they move their already crippling company overseas for cheaper labor. It was unclear what taxes Trump was referring to and why the company might have to pay them, since it will maintain production in the United States for U.S. customers. The White House did not respond to a request for a comment on Trump's Twitter tweet. Harley Davidson shares goes down 0.6% at $41.2 after falling nearly 6% on Monday. The Milwaukee-based company said on Monday it will move production of motorcycles shipped to the European Union from the United States to its international facilities and forecast that the trading bloc's tariff, introduced as a counter to Trump's tariff on some EU-produced metals, would cost the company $60 million to $100 million a year. Okay, so now that these other nations are coming against America's production and hitting America with taxes, it will cost the company Harley Davidson $100 to $90 million to $100 million per year. Okay, and that's just on parts like steel, copper. Okay, all these nations where America does business is starting to put taxes on America's imports, which America we know is a consumer-based society. So it says Harley Davidson said it had no comment on the president's tweet, but company spokesman Michael Blah said it was assessing the potential impact of the production shift on its U.S. facilities. To view a graphic on Harley Davidson exposure import, click here. Okay. So now that we know, that's pretty much it. You know, and we know that Harley Davidson was head on to support Donald Trump's inauguration to get him in presidency, but now he's screwing his own people over. Okay. So this is Matthew 12 verse 26. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How then should his kingdom stand? Right? Because Satan, Donald Trump, and Satan, Harley Davidson's and his riders, majority Edomites, which is so-called white people, they supported Donald Trump. Okay, they supported him getting in office. Okay, they had signs like "Bikers for Trump." Look, there you go, the spirit, Bikers for Trump. So they they were all for Donald Trump making America great again. But now Donald Trump is going against them and talking about they're gonna charge them higher taxes if they do business with other nations, which is foul. Because now it's gonna be harder for them to make up money, especially if they have other countries willing to buy. This is Zephaniah 1 verse 11. How ye inhabitants of Magtesh. Now ancient Magtesh was like a seaport, a place of trade next to the water. That's where like nations would come down and trade in the city in Israel. Okay, that was ancient Magtesh. Excuse me, not in Israel. I forget where it was at, but it was like it was like the modern day Wall Street. Okay, where stocks are trade. You know, and Wall Street is digital, so people could be on the other side of the world and trade with you. But in ancient world, they had to bring their products down to Magtesh and literally trade there. So it says the modern day Magtesh is Wall Street. Okay, so it says how. How means to cry bitterly. The inhabitants of Magtesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off. Okay? Because now your money is gonna be worthless. And it's becoming evident every day due to these trade wars that's going on. Donald Trump is making it hard for these nations and even American companies to make money because all these nations are retaliating with their own taxes, okay? Crippling the companies of America. See, it says two Fed presidents warn trade war against is weighing on businesses. Trump's trade war claims another victim. You see? So people are going out of business because of this trade war. Businesses say they are bracing for the worst from Trump's tariffs, and the trade war could force them to leave the U.S. So a lot of companies are leaving the U.S. because of this trade war that Trump is going on. So Trump is actually damaging uh, companies within the U.S. and overseas. Okay, it says, "Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord God, how ye war is a day, for the day is near, even the day of the Lord is near, a cloudy day. It should be the time of the heathen." Now, the time of the heathen means the destruction of these other nations. You know, that's the time of the heathen. Now, the Most High is about to visit the heathen. He's a heathen, Chinese man, the Arab, white man. Okay, you name them. Outside of Israel, these are the times of the heathens that they're about to be judged. And the sword shall come upon Egypt. Ancient Egypt, was by Israel. It's talking about us, New Egypt, where our people serve captivity, which is here in America, mainly, and all over the rest of the world where we served as slaves. And great pain shall be in Ethiopia when a slain shall fall in Egypt, and they shall take away her multitude on her foundations, and shall be broken down. And this is all going to happen in the case of a nuclear war. where the Most High is going to send these nations to shoot at each other with nuclear missiles. It said Ethiopia, Libya, Lydia, and all the mingled people, all nations, and Chub, and the men of the land that is in the league shall fall with them by the sword. And that's what these trade wars are leading up to. This is Jeremiah 51:8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Out for her, take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. Okay? We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed, right? And this is talking about economically. America's suffering economically. And you can see it. It said, look, this trade war is eating away at Home Depot's foundation. See? It said China's stock slammed again as the trade war fueled bear market deepens. Okay? Chinese yuan fall sparks fear trade war could turn into a currency war, which is going to make all the currencies of the world drop and pretty much dissipate. He said, but I'll jump back to Jeremiah 51:9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, let us go every one into our own country, for her judgment reaches unto heaven and is lifted up to the skies, up even to the skies. Now that's what it is, man. You could have healed Babylon economically, but it's done. You know, America has won. All nations had to rise, and now they're gonna fall. You see, so America is in a time of doom. This is another article. Trade war would be a disaster for everyone. Okay, which is gonna lead on to a full-scale war, a nuclear war. Okay. Let me see. It says mess with people's money. Let's see. Wait, well, I'm looking for a scripture, but the scripture say it says I forget where it's at, but it says pretty much messing with a man's money is like, you know, building up tombs for your burial. These people are gonna kill you. So that's exactly what the fate of America is. You see? So yeah, with that, till next time, you know, shalom.